Hello and welcome to another Uncle Heinz review. Today we're taking a look if there is a way to actually eliminate microstutters in the Euro Truck Simulator 2 game. This is a strange phenomenon which I've been noticing on a couple of cards, like for example the 6750 XT, the GTX 1070, my previous one, and also a friend of mine reported that he's experiencing these microstutters on the 6600 GPU. What I'm guessing it's happening here, it's probably the game doesn't produce 60 FPS constantly, or the core clock and memory clock might be going in a sleep state, let's say, not working at full potential, as you'll probably see in the next footage. So the setup is made out of an i7 8700, an RX 6750 XT paired with 16 gigs of RAM. We're gonna be trying 3 different scenarios. So the first one is by disabling AMD Radeon software, which is gonna bring the performance plan to stock, as in if there was no AMD Radeon installed at all. The second part is gonna be the performance plan with features like anti-lag, FSR scaling, and finally we're gonna take a look at the Hypr-RX feature, which is designed to save up some power and reduce the thermal stress on your GPU, while still providing the anti-lag feature, keep things going smooth for a bit. The resolution is set to 2072 by 1728, profile is set to high with a bit of custom settings like 200% scaling, 200% reflection scaling, high anti-aliasing, and high SSAO. First run, AMD Radeon is turned off. Basically we're running at the stock preset, Vsync is enabled, we're running about 30 FPS. The frame time is jumping here and there, as you can see in the footage. This is a small run, so next up we're gonna see the sync mode turned off and see if we can hit that 60 FPS target. Vsync is currently disabled and the AMD Radeon performance plan is still set to off. Actually, AMD Radeon is not running at all. We have gained an extra 3 or 2 FPS, but the frame time is still jumping around and it's even worse than before, as you can see in the graph top left. Next up, we're gonna enable performance mode and see how much of a benefit can we gain. Vsync is currently turned on. We have enabled the performance mode, also known as the anti-lag feature, coming up with the performance mode, and also set the anti-alias filtering quality to performance. Also, in addition to the settings above, we have gone with 10% FSR scaling, despite the game not supporting FSR. So the frame time is obviously much better now with minimal spikes and a solid 60 FPS frame rate. Even the clocks are now at full potential. Next up, let's enable the Hypr-RX plan. This still has a Radeon anti-lag, but it's designed to save up a bit of power and keep your video card a bit cooler. With Vsync enabled in Hypr-RX mode, we are hitting to start with 60 FPS, but then all of a sudden it goes down to 45, 52, 31, and it's struggling to get back to 60 FPS, as you can see in the top left corner of the graph. The frame time is all over the place. Now I left this part a bit longer because after running the 30 FPS portion, you'll see the frame rate going back to 60 FPS in a bit, and then it's gonna come back to 30 by the end, as in the next part. So when it comes back to 30, I'll probably transition to the next part, which is disabling Vsync and still using the Hypr-RX performance plan. This is the final part of the run. Vsync is disabled. We are hitting about 100, 114, almost 120 FPS. So this is the part where you'll probably see reaching about that constant 60 FPS back where Vsync was enabled. Now, because the graph is more stable, but the frames are not that stable, as in they're playing around, you might notice in front of you as playing back at 60, but on the side with maybe 30 or 40 FPS. So in my opinion, it's not that great of an experience, but hey, if you want more frames, then sure, this is probably the way to go. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have a similar GPU or a similar setup like mine, and if you're experiencing this kind of microstutters, then let me know if you haven't had any luck. Maybe my settings are wrong. If you enjoyed this kind of video, then please leave a like, share, subscribe, and see you guys next time.